Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of 1999 Talk. Now tonight we're going to be talking about this pay-per-view. I hope you can see that clearly. Fully Loaded 99. I was actually specifically asked to do this one, so readily agreed. Instantly, just before I go on, if there is a 1999 pay-per-view that you want reviewing, just let me know, but I've already got the next couple planned out. I'm going to do WCW Fall Brawl next, then I'm going to do WWF SummerSlam. After that, let me know. So, 4 pages of notes, unbelievable. So, we started off in an absolute fucking brilliant way. Jeff Jarrett defeated Edge to win the Intercontinental title that he'd won the night before in what I thought was an absolutely stunning match. If it wasn't for the 2 main events, this would have been match of the night, because this really was very, very nice. Very athletic, lots of really good counters. Edge hit a sweet tornado DDT, and he hit this counter, and Jarrett went for a drop kick. Edge countered it into a really nice looking powerbomb. I fucking love that. The only complaint about this one is Jerry the King Lawler. Everyone knows how I feel about that guy at the best of times. All he did during the whole match is talk about Deborah's puppies, and I remember, of course, Deborah was Jarrett's manager. So, yeah, oh man, all he did was talk about the puppies, and it was drawing my head in at the start. This match lasted like 20 minutes. Shut up, Jerry, just shut the fuck up. Next. The Acolytes defeated the Hardy Boys and Michael Hayes in a hard-hitting brawl to win the tag team titles. It's not a bad match. The Hardys looked a little out of their depth, though, I've got to say. They looked a little bit nervous sometimes, and my god, the Acolytes beat the living shit out of them. That's got to be said. They did do a couple of really nice stuff. Matt Hardy did a really nice moonsault off the top to the outside. That was great. But a double powerbomb on Michael Hayes got the win. It's a 2-star match. It was alright. It wasn't anything special though. And then it just went really bad. Those two were, the first match was really good. That match was alright. Then it just went all downhill. D'Lo Brown defeated Midian to win the European title. What can I tell you? We got a crowd were completely flat. Suicide dive by Brown was nice. Got a nice net break by Midian, and Tornado DDT by Brown was nowhere near as nice as the one that Edge did. Downwinds with the lowdown. God, I fucking love this tune that's coming in now. Just got to point that out. It's by High Contrast. It's really good. Yeah, awful match. Just so poor. And of course, it didn't get any better. Big Boss Man. Incidentally, you'll notice there's 3 title matches, and each title's changed hands. And it was exactly the same in the next match. Big Boss Man defeated Al Snow to win the Hardcore title in a fucking awful match. The whole pretense of this one, is that Al Snow wanted to be beaten up by Bossman to stop the voices in his head. So he just got absolutely pounded. There's a couple of funny moments though, like for example when Big Boss Man tried to use they had Al Snow up against a barricade or whatever. Bossman got in a golf cart and tried, he was obviously going to try and run him down, and he sat there stamping on the accelerator, nothing's happening. He couldn't get the golf cart to turn on. That was fucking brilliant. Bossman won by cuffing Snow to a wire fence because they brawled outside into the road. Al Snow got taken out by a car. I don't think that bit was meant to happen, but yeah, he cuffed him to a chain link fence and then started beating him with the nightstick and then got a free. Awful, truly terrible match. See, and this is something I've just got to point out. Something about hardcore title matches is there was so many weapon shots in this one. Wait till I talk about the main event. I'll talk about one weapon shot that was absolutely devastating, but the weapon shots in this that was so much harder. And if you think about it, a lot of the title matches back in the Attitude Era would feature a belt shot, a chair shot or something, and that would completely knock out the main eventer. Yet in the hardcore title matches, they were using the most ridiculous weapons, a hell of a lot harder than those main eventers. And that's why I didn't like the hardcore title, because after a while, I mean, by this point, the hardcore title was, what, a year old? And it was completely worthless. It was just people hitting each other for the fun of it, Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Big Show defeated Kane in a truly awful match. Hardcore Holly was the guest referee. Only noteworthy thing was a military press outside that Big Show did. That was quite impressive, and it looked nasty where he just picked up Kane and was like, get out, threw him over the top rope. The way that Kane landed, was the thing that really did look hard. Yes, 3 straight awful matches, awful, terrible. And it didn't get any better because the next 2 matches were shit as well. Ken Shamrock defeated Steve Blackman in an Iron Circle match. Utter waste of time this was. No wrestling as such, they just punching each other and then throwing each other onto cars. Whoop-de frickin' do. Shamrock wins by choking Blackman out with a chain. Big fucking deal. It's like, wow, well done. Yeah, seriously, this was terrible. Next match was also terrible. X-Pac and Road Dogg defeated Mr. Ass and China in an awful match after Dog hit Ass with a pump handle slam. Literally nothing of note in this one whatsoever. That's all I can say. Oh, and the commentators, both JR and King, are more interested in Mr. Ass's attire. He's wearing these awful see-through pants. They're not see-through at the front, but they're see-through at the back, so you can see his ass. What the fuck? Terrible. Terrible. Then, on to the two main events, which of course, as was the custom at the time, saved the show. So, Triple H defeated The Rock in a really, really good Falls Count Anywhere strap match. The crowd were rabid. They fought all over the arena. They fought through the crowd. They exchanged near falls up near the entrance. China interfered as Rock hit a rock bomb on Triple H. Triple H used a strap. He used the strap really well. Rock did hardly use the strap at all, whereas Triple H was using it. He used it to throttle Rock. He was whacking Rock with it. He was really good, really good. Rock hit a perfect. You know that I'm a sucker for them. He hit a perfect DDT. You know I'm a sucker for DDTs. I was like, ooh, nice. Billy Gunn hits the ring, takes out Rock with a club. Triple H gets a cover and gets 2. Pedigree is counted into a low blow. People's Elbow gets 2. Billy Gunn pulls Rock off. Gunn gets a rock bottom for his efforts, which is nice, but of course Rock walks straight into a pedigree for the 3, making Triple H the #1 contender at SummerSlam. Of course, we all know what happened there. At one point, I think 2 weeks after this pay-per-view, it was Stone Cold versus China for the WWF title. Think about that. No, really, think about it. Aren't you glad they put Mick Foley in instead? And in the main event, Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated Undertaker to retain the WWF in a good, very good First Blood match. Vince McMahon was the commentator, which was funny for the first time since Halftime Heat, if someone can back that one up. He might have been commentator on Raw or something, but as far as I can tell, this was the first time he'd been on commentary since the Halftime Heat match. Brawl by the entrance, brawl by the crowd. In the ring, the actual action in the ring was pretty slow, pretty methodical. Not many actual wrestling moves, but as such. This was more of a hardcore brawl, but it was a hardcore brawl that was done right. You know, there was weapon shots. You know, obviously there was blood because it was First Blood match. It was done properly, you know. Anyway, they were in the ring a couple of minutes, and it soon went straight back to the outside. Anyway, Taker gets tied in the ropes. Oh my god, and this is what I'm on about with those weapon shots. Austin gets a chair. As he swings round to hit Taker with his chair, Shane McMahon gets in the ring, and you have got to see the chair shot that he takes. It's one of the hardest chair shots I've ever seen, and he goes down for the count. It's fucking superb. It's literally the mother. That's what it says in my notes, in capitals. The mother of all chair shots. Stunner on Taker. Vince hobbles to the ring, because I don't know why. Someone will have to tell it, but Vince was on crutches at the time. Vince hobbles to the ring, Austin takes him out. Taker with a chair to the back. Taker gets goes for another chair shot, but X-Pac hits the ring, hits the chair into his face with one of those kicks that he used to do. Taker goes for Tombstone. It's so stupid. If he'd just gone for the Tombstone, he could have done whatever. But he turns around with Austin on his shoulder, and Hebner notices that he's busted open the ring as well. So, Austin wins, obviously. Stunner for Taker, stunner for Vince. Then Triple H hits the ring, brawls with Austin. Then Rock hits the ring, so Triple H and Rock brawl. And Taker and Austin just have this massive brawl. It's so funny. Taker just hits anything he can find. So at one point he whacks Vince, and he whacks Taker. He whacks Austin. I think he whacks the cameraman at one point. Blood everywhere, and that's how the show goes off the air, with Vince crying and being hobbling to the back and rah. Incidentally, we were told we'd never see Vince McMahon on TV again. And if you tuned into Raw the next night, Vince McMahon was on TV. And how long was it until he was back? What, a month off? The thing that bothers me about that is that the whole match was a complete waste of time. It also meant that the match that they had at King of the Ring, if you remember my review, Shane and Vince McMahon versus Austin for the control of the WWF, that was a waste of time as well. Classic. This pay-per-view was alright, 3 good matches, the rest of it was garbage. Avoid it at all costs. Watch those 2 main events again. Watch the strap match especially, because that really is a precursor of what's going to come in 2000, when Triple H and Rock really crank their rivalry up again. I've been Marc P. This has been 1999, so like I say, WCW Fall Brawl next, which is universally known as one of the worst shows ever. Take it easy.